Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been, gosh, a month since the last Flosstube. I was I was all ready 2 weeks ago, and I was struggling with a really heavy heart about Ukraine and other things in the world, and I just couldn't quite balance that with wanting to be joyful and talk about market. So it's been a good couple of weeks for me to actually implement the mental health technique where you say the hard thing is true and the good thing is true. So the hard things continue to be real and true and deeply felt, and yet also the good things are true. And one of the good things is that I get to spend some time with you talking about cross stitch today. So thank you so much for joining me. We're gonna talk a little bit about the joyful things to try and balance out some of the hard. And speaking of joyful, I don't know that there's anything more joyful than having all of your dogs pile on you when you get home. I got home from market on Monday, oh gosh, well after midnight, West Coast time. So I was pretty tired, and my luggage had gone on a different trip without me. So I was a little grumpy, and I came through the door and there was Rye, and then shortly after Dunkel and Mosa, and just 3 happy dogs who are so pleased that you've come home. That is joyful. So I hope you have that much joy sometime this week as well, because you probably need it. Okay, on to what I'm stitching. I just finished up, I haven't been able to do personal stitching in a bit, but I finished up right before market my little free chart, and it's creatively named Violets. But this is just a quickie. I thought it would be a fun thing for people to stitch. Easy to adjust your own colors. It's just 2 colors of the flower and a yellow in the center. You could do it any way you wanted. You could do it blue and yellow for Ukraine. You could do them in pinks, purples, blues, reds, anything. You could do a different number of little flowers to make a quick and easy pillow for a little seasonal bowl. You could do it for a friend and put your initials in some of the flower spots, or just do one flower as a fob. So that's my contribution to your getting drunk with power today. And this model is on, let's see, Stratus linen from Color and Cotton, and I trimmed it with Black Pearl Chenille from Lady Dot. So any shops that attended market, that bought from me at market, got a copy of this free chart, so you can contact them and they will be able to pass that on to you. So there you go. Stash spotlight. There's some stash. Actually, it's not that bad. I'm not going to show all the things from market, but oh, is it fun. And yeah, it's just great. It was great to be at market. It was great to be in the places. Now, you know my fabric addiction. It's a little bit tricky sometimes to get fabric at market, because quite understandably, that's sort of reserved for shops to do the first round of shopping, because they get their one shot to get it, and they tend to wipe out the suppliers. But I was able to pick up a couple of fun fabrics. First off, I got the new spring bundle from Fiber On A Whim. Put them all shown here. They're actually showing pretty true in this light. And these are, let's see, Hibiscus on the bottom, Beanstalk, and Lagoon. And they're just beautiful spring colors. I don't know if you're like me and you have favorite colors, but I tend to pick a lot of the same colors over and over, and sometimes not realizing I'm on a theme, I realize that everything I bought at market and all of the things that I picked to show today are all in the same color scheme, so enjoy. Everything will go. Then I got a couple of other ones from Fiber On A Whim as well. This one was one I didn't have in my stash, called Pistachio. Lovely blue-green color. This one is just wild, Jalapeno. And this isn't quite reading the way it should. It's a little bit brighter, a little bit more saturated, but beautiful color. And then this one is Caramel Macchiato, one of the coffee series. Look at that. It's a lovely sort of warm spring color. So that was fun. So a little lint on me. Then I'm not going to show all the charts that I bought, but I wanted to pick up one because it was a new designer for me. And it's this one here. This is called the House Sampler from Cotton Pixels. I particularly love this little pincushion treatment right here. Peace be in this house, and who doesn't want that, especially now? I also love the way it's a little bit hard to tell, but they're all different styles of houses. And this would be a really easy one to adjust with, you know, you sometimes get a piece of linen that's really beautiful, but really intense or variegated, and it's hard to see what would go on it. All of these little black and white houses, even a lighthouse in there, this would be a really good way to show up, I think, on a lot of really fun linens. Or you could do it on a more subdued neutral linen the way that they did. It comes with these little key things that you can just tag on there. I really, really enjoy this. So I'm looking forward to stitching that. Now, on to the world around. I have been to market 3 times now. Yay! And every single time, I usually go out in the morning and get some coffee first thing. Every time that I've done that, there has been a bird singing, at least one, maybe multiples. And every single time I think, after market, I need to look up and see what that bird is, because the singing is so beautiful and not something that I hear at home. Sure enough, I finally did it. And what do you know? I believe it's the northern mockingbird, which is, fittingly enough, the state bird of Tennessee. Now, it's a little bit ironic, truly ironic, that I noticed it because of its song, because the mockingbird actually is a mimic. And its song is a combination of the sounds of other birds, even frogs and toads, dogs, machinery, other music that it hears. So the song that I was hearing so spectacularly is not particular to the mockingbird at all, but it is truly beautiful. Now, they don't really live here in northern Nevada. They have been moving north across the U.S. because of, in part, the arrival of, and I'm going to get this here, let's see, an invasive species of rambler rose that was introduced in the 1700s as rootstock and spread out, and it provides a very good nesting habitat for the mockingbird. So they've been taking full advantage of that spread to expand their own territory. But yeah, like I said, they don't live here in northern Nevada. If you're lucky enough, though, and a lot of people are, to have one in your neighborhood, I encourage you to enjoy that song. And if you're one of the rest of us, the internet has you covered. You can pull up a video and listen to an hour of soothing mockingbird singing, which is really lovely. All right, questions. This week, my question for you is what you're excited to stitch this year. I think a lot of times market comes out, all these wonderful new designs come out. Often it's the first release of the year from a lot of people, and it's a flood of just amazing things. I'm really curious what you want to stitch particularly this year. I know for me, I want to finish my Pilsner Memorial Sampler, which I will definitely get done. And I want to finish Grounding Force from Heartstring Samplery, which was almost done when Pilsner passed and I switched over to his Memorial Sampler. So I got to spend some time with Beth Twist chatting at market. And I got to see Grounding Force in both versions. She had both of the models there, the one on the light fabric and the one on the black fabric, and they were just beautiful. So I'm extra excited to get those finished, but I wanted to hear from you. Let me know what's something that's new that you can't wait to stitch this year, or something that has been in your stash for a while that you can't wait to get to, or something you've been working on for a while that you'd love to finish this year. So 2022, what's your plan? What's getting you motivated? Best thing this week, market. It was market. We got to go and see people, and I had to be cautious because of my condition. I didn't get to socialize as much as I would maybe in another year, but it was still wonderful to be in the hotel, to see all the signs, to see the designers walking by in the halls and see the models and all the room displays. It was just, oh, it was wonderful. I actually also get to show the freebie chart that I designed for the market cookbook last year, which that market didn't happen. So I've been holding on to it, and now I can finally show it. Here we have, dun, 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 Pina Colada Squirrel. There we go. He's on a little green lounge chair. He's got a pineapple acorn sippy drink with an umbrella. It's gonna be really hard to see that, but see if I can get it in front of my face. There you go. He's got an umbrella, a little lime slice, a straw, nice hat. Look at that guy, he's so happy. And the fabulous Jolynn at Acorns and Threads finished it on this cocktail stick, which I think is so cute. What a great finish. I need to take a class from her and learn how to do that someday. But I love it. So this is in the cookbook, Pina Colada Squirrel. Any shops that attended market will be able to get the cookbook. And if you want to get a copy of this, reach out to your shops. They can get it for you. And if not, I hope you at least get a drink, maybe with an umbrella. So there you go. Giveaway. Last time I was going to pick 3 winners for the other 3 of my new releases. And obviously that was a little bit delayed, but I have the 3 winners now. And any one of them will be able to pick any of my charts that they want. I'll send it to you, so just get in touch with me and let me know. You had to use the word cat, so we had lots of great cat comments. And the 3 winners are Rachel Eaton, Wordy Stitches, and Letha Caltagarone. Sorry, Letha, I hope I'm pronouncing that properly, but if not, let me know and I'll do it right. And so any of you reach out, let me know you've won. I'll send you any of my charts that you would like to have. And congratulations. All right. Giveaway this week. Pretty cool. Awesome. It's always cool. As I discussed, I did another scrapbook collaboration with Steph from Lindy Stitches, and she did another magnificent collaboration. Sorry, need more coffee. With the 805 Stitcher for a project bag pack. And I don't know as of this morning if they're still available, but I know they were in stock right before the madness that is market descended on all of us. So just regaining the real world again. But look at that fabric. I just can't even. I mean, all the animals in a band, those colors with the orange and the, oh, gorgeous. And I put inside the bag, and you get a nice sticker plate from Steph, some treats. These are rewritable floss drops. You get beautiful over-dyed threads to go with the designs. And you get 1 copy each, Spring Forest Scrapbook Part 1 and Spring Forest Scrapbook Part 2. So you're all set on those, but it's always just a really beautiful collaboration. You can definitely see, though, the color scheme that I'm working on. It all goes together. So use the word forest in your comments, and I will pick one of you to go ahead and win that fantastic prize. Send it to you anywhere in the world, so let me know. I look forward to hearing from you. All right, announcements. Not too much this week, other than all the things that have already been announced. The models of my new releases for market are at the Silver Needle, along with a lot of other wonderful things. So if you're at the Silver Needle, go ahead and swing them by. You can see those. We have a puppy video coming up. I actually completed it 2 weeks ago when I was meant to do the last Flosstube. And so you can see there's some snow. We had a little bit of surprise snowfall. She doesn't love the cold, but she does like to run around in the snow. It's really delightful to see she and Rye doing so well together. So that's been a treat. This is Flosstube number 40. I can't believe it, but I can't thank you all enough for joining me 40 times for those of you who have. And yeah, it means so much. Again, especially, we know the hard things are true, but also the good things are true. And this is one of those good things for me. I certainly hope it is for you. I hope you have a lovely weekend filled with very good things to balance out some of the tougher ones. And I look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks. I am off. Puppy video at the end. I've got a puppy in my office here hanging out. She's very tired, but she's pretty much done for the day. I have a lot of errands to run, and work to do. Have a great weekend. I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.